Kendrick Lamar, hospitalized after an alleged attack by Drake. Yeah, you read that right. Hip-hop's biggest lyrical gladiator just got turned into a real-life patient. And guess who the internet is pointing fingers at? Mr. OVO himself, the Champagne Pappy. The God's Plan good guy who suddenly looks more like a Toronto mob boss than a pop star. But wait, how the hell did we get here? How do we go from dropping bars on a beat to dropping bodies on a sidewalk? From not, like us dance challenges on TikTok, to actual paramedics rushing Kendrick to there? And here's the real question. Was this just some random late-night street drama? Or is this the moment Drake's crew finally made good on all those Swiss cheese threats? Because let's be real, Drake's mansion got shot up. Top 5 was screaming on live streams about homework and murder homework. And Kendrick was out here clowning him as a certified pedo on the biggest stage in rap. You think this was gonna end with just a diss track? Nah, the streets don't stream on Spotify. The streets stream blood. And tonight, Kendrick Lamar is paying the price, so let's set the stage. Because this ain't your average rap beef. We're talking about Kendrick Lamar Hospitalized. Drake allegedly behind it. Two of the biggest names in hip-hop, the kings of the game, now acting like rival mafia bosses instead of musicians. And you thought the East Coast versus West Coast drama ended in the 90s? Cute. No. Welcome to 2025, where the biggest rap beef in the world looks more like a Netflix crime documentary than a Billboard chart battle. Now, here's the thing. Drake's got history. Oh yeah, not just the history of crying in the rain in his music videos, but the kind of history that makes you wonder if Aubrey Graham is running OVO or running a cartel out of Toronto. Remember those nights in May 2024? Drake's so-called embassy, that $100 million mansion in the rich kid neighborhood of Toronto, turned into an actual war zone. Bullets flying, security guards bleeding, trespassers digging holes under the fence like they're in Shawshank Redemption, and through it all, Drake sat there, sipping champagne, posting selfies, acting like it was just another Tuesday. Meanwhile, on the other side, Kendrick wasn't pulling punches either. Man dropped Not Like Us. A diss so disrespectful, it might as well have been considered a federal hate crime in Canada. He put Drake's house on the damn cover art. That's not just lyrical shade, that's basically sending Google Maps coordinates to every shooter with a grudge. And Drake's people, they didn't take that lightly. Top 5, Drake's little Toronto bulldog, went on live stream talking about how Kendrick was gonna get Swiss cheesed. For those who don't speak fluent street slang, that means riddle. With so many bullet holes you look like a block of a mental. Cute, right? So, fast forward to today. Kendrick in the hospital. Drake's name buzzing on every blog, every Twitter feed, every so-called anonymous source whispering that this wasn't random, this wasn't coincidence. This was retaliation. You disrespect the boy, you pay the price, and here's where it gets even juicier. The streets have been watching this beef like a pay-per-view fight. The second Kendrick checked into that hospital bed, theories started flying faster than bullets at the embassy gates. Was it Drake's OVO crew? Was it some obsessed fan radicalized by all this online chaos? Or here's the conspiracy theory of the week, was it Drake himself, pulling the strings like some knockoff Godfather from Toronto suburbs? See, that's the problem. When you got rap legends doubling as cult leaders, their fans aren't just streaming songs, they're streaming threats, streaming doxing, streaming straight up violence. And Kendrick, the so-called lyrical assassin, just found out the hard way that sometimes words do get you hurt. Because here's the ugly truth. This was never about music anymore. This was about ego, power, and territory. And when Drake's ego gets bruised, somebody else ends up in the ICU. And trust me, this is only the beginning. And trust me, this is only the beginning, because the so-called truth behind Kendrick's hospitalization is messier than Drake's last haircut. Let's talk investigative findings. You know those anonymous leaks that magically show up right when Twitter needs something to trend? Yeah, we've got those. Word is, Kendrick's team has already pointed fingers at certain Toronto affiliates. And guess who's topping that list? A shadowy circle of OVO bodyguards with more priors than Billboard hits. According to one leaked police memo, recovered by Get This Ain't Uber driver who accidentally saw the files while delivering shawarma near the Toronto precinct, because that's how journalism works now. There's strong suspicion the attack was premeditated. Premeditated, as in, Kendrick wasn't just in the wrong place at the wrong time. He was being hunted, and the evidence, oh, it's deliciously ridiculous. Surveillance footage of a blacked-out SUV with custom-all rims parked a block from Kendrick's hotel. A suspicious Venmo payment labeled homework sent from an OVO manager to some random street kid in LA, and the cherry on top, a so-called eyewitness claiming Drake himself was spotted at 3 a.m. lurking around in a velvet tracksuit, humming Hotline Bling like a villain in a Scooby-Doo episode. Totally reliable, obviously. But it doesn't stop there. The financial trail looks even dirtier. Rumors say Drake dropped nearly $2 million in hush money to keep certain names out of the Canadian press. An insider from within OVO allegedly leaked screenshots of private group chats titled Embassy Business, where members discussed handling the Kendrick situation. And yes, one of the messages literally read, "We can't let him embarrass the city like this again." Translation: Compton's finest was about to get torn to. Naturally, the public is losing its collective mind. Twitter threads are spiraling out of control. Hashtags like #DrakeHitman and #PrayForKendrick are trending worldwide. TikTok kids are making dance challenges out of hospital siren sounds. And the memes. Don't even get me started. My personal favorite. Drake photoshopped a scar from The Lion King, pushing Kendrick off a cliff while Future watches from the background like Zazu. Pure art. Meanwhile, fans are divided. Some say Drake would never risk it all, he's too busy rehearsing dance steps for his next music video. Others insist this is exactly the type of chess move Drake would make. After all, wasn't this the guy who turned ghostwriting scandals into platinum albums? If he can flip getting exposed into a business model, why not flip a hospital visit into another one hit? But here's where it gets really scary. Political whispers. According to one Canadian blogger, government officials are quietly monitoring the situation because it's bad optics for Toronto. If their golden boy is linked to gang-style violence, imagine that. Drake not just under cultural trial, but maybe even under federal watch, and with Kendrick still lying in a hospital bed. The world wants answers. Was this rap beef gone far, or a full-on assassination attempt dressed up as random violence? Well, buckle up, because if you thought this was wild, wait until you hear about the fallout. Was this rap beef gone far, or a full-on assassination attempt dressed up as random violence? Well, buckle up, because the fallout is uglier than Drake's fake Jamaican accent. First off, the legal storm. Sources claim Canadian authorities are now quietly but aggressively looking into OVO's inner circle. Think FBI raid vibes, but with Tim Hortons coffee on the table. We're talking search warrants for Drake's embassy, subpoenas for his managers, even whispers that the IRS might be poking around. Why the IRS? Because nothing screams guilty like mysterious offshore accounts tied to shell companies named after Drake lyrics. Imagine investigators opening a file and seeing started from the bottom LLC. Yeah, totally innocent. Meanwhile, Kendrick's lawyers are circling like hawks. Word is they're preparing a $50 million lawsuit against Drake for emotional distress, physical harm, and career sabotage. And honestly, they might just win because courts love a victim story. And nothing sells better than humble Compton kid taken down by billionaire Toronto pop star. If this goes to trial, forget rap beef, this'll be the OJ case of hip-hop. Then, there's the industry backlash. Kendrick's peers J. Cole, Travis Scott, even Kanye, because of course Kanye, are allegedly preparing a joint statement condemning Drake. If evidence links into the attack, imagine the Avengers uniting. But instead of fighting aliens, they're fighting Canada's softest gangster. And if that happens, Drake's reputation could nosedive faster than Ya Rule's career after Fyre Fest. But let's not forget the money. Oh no, the money is where it stings. Sponsors are reportedly panicking. Nike, Sprite, Apple, brands that built Drake's image as the safe, suburban superstar owners actually love seeing their golden boy accused of running a hit squad. Insiders whisper that endorsement deals worth hundreds of millions could be on the chopping block. And if you think Drake's streaming numbers are untouchable, think again. Remember what happened to DaBaby. One bad headline and boom, Spotify playlists vanished like Thanos snapped them away. Drake could be next. Now, the streets, smell blood. This isn't just rap drama anymore, it's gangland politics. Toronto crews flexing online. LA gangs promising revenge. Random kids on Reddit planning justice for Kendrick rallies. Hip-hop hasn't felt this tense since the Biggie and Pac era, and if history taught us anything, it's that once bullets start flying, careers and lives end. But here's the twist. Drake himself is silent. No interviews, no tweets, no Instagram thirst traps, just radio silence, which, honestly, is the loudest statement of all. Because if the man who usually lives on social media suddenly goes ghost, either he's plotting his next move, or he's lawyering up harder than a Wall Street billionaire. Caught with offshore bank accounts. So here we are. Kendrick, hospitalized. Drake, under suspicion. The industry shaking, the fans divided. And one question echoing louder than ever. Is this the end of Drake's empire? Or just another chapter in the most dangerous rap beef of all time? So what do you think? People, as Drake finally crossed the line from rapper to real-life mob boss? Or is this just another internet-fueled conspiracy designed to crown Kendrick as a martyr? Because one thing's for sure, hip-hop will never be the same after this. Drop your thoughts below. Do you believe Drake had a hand in this? Or is Kendrick's hospitalization just bad luck with perfect timing? Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell, because if this story gets any crazier, you'll want to hear the next explosive update right here.